Hello Wargamers, this is Glenn from the Moses Lake Micro Armor Farm. Today, real quick video on GHQ and CNC miniatures. In this case, it happens to be the Panzer Mark III J. There's been some discussion in one of the forums, the difference between these two models, the pros and cons and whatnot. We'll start with the CNC. Here, as you can see, it's not quite as detailed as the GHQ as far as the overall texture details. The other thing that's very notable is the how solid the CNC is versus the hollow hulls of the GHQ. Now, also the CNCs have a tendency to be made out of a softer metal, so in the turrets rings are different. We'll pop this off. They have a much wider peg base here, which do allow them to slip in. However, the metal is softer, and these gun barrels aren't as thick. They have a tendency to deform and break, versus GHQ's slightly thicker barrel, but their turret peg hole makes replacing the turret back on sometimes a bit of a pain. Now, one of the main issue I have come with is I like the weight of the CNC hull. It has some heft to it. There is a pretty simple way you can make your GHQ hulls a little heavier, and there's two ways you can go about it. My personal way, because I do not put my tanks on bases, is I take a couple of fishing split shot and I put them in there, and you get them, you can, of course they're lead, so you can mash them down, and you can even paint them to cover up so they don't they're not as easily seen. And then I affix them to the bottom of my hull with this Loctite gel control. Now, it takes a little bit longer than regular super glue to fully set, but it's thicker, and it gives you time to kind of get everything situated in there. Now, if you are a base type, if you like using your bases, like I have an example of a base here, you can simply, glue the lead down to the base. And this is also if you're not using the weighted bases. If you just want to make your own bases, like this is out of cardstock, you can glue the lead weights to the bases, and then put your tank hull back on. So if you wanted to pull this hull off the base, it comes off free, and you don't have to worry about peeling the lead out of the bottom. So there's a little quick fix, as it were, if you like to have a kind of a more heavier tank it's not so light. If you have any questions or comments, feel free in the box below. And as always, have fun and happy wargaming.